a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News and Jib Jab. Greetings, I'm Bud Lowell. The full AccuWeather forecast is right across the top of every CNC local news page. A report from State Comptroller Thomaston Napoli says the Medley Center Mall project in Arundecoit got the biggest active tax break in New York State, $1.5 million, and the community so far has gotten no jobs in return. DiNapoli's report on the performance of New York's industrial development agencies covers 2011. IDAs like the County of Monroe Industrial Development Agency, which authorized the Medley Center deal, grant property and sales tax breaks to help develop projects. In return, the county gets more jobs and more economic activity. Comptroller DiNapoli has been a persistent critic of their performance. In this, his 6th annual report, he finds that the agencies are doing a better job of reporting their data, but still not doing enough, in his opinion, to weigh the benefits they're getting for giving up the tax money. You can find the entire report online. The report says New York's IDAs supported nearly 4,500 projects. DiNapoli's staff found the state's 113 active IDAs provided $1.5 billion in total tax exemptions in 2011. Local property taxes accounted for $680 million of the tax exemptions. School property tax breaks another $439 million. They did increase the estimated job gains by nearly 36,000 from the year before. These exemptions were partially offset by $917 million in so-called pilots, pay in lieu of taxes agreements, that left the total net exemptions for the year at $560 million, a 16% increase in 1 year. The report also noted another trend DiNapoli doesn't like. IDAs are supporting more retail projects, despite evidence they don't generally increase economic activity or the number of available jobs. IDAs were restricted from supporting retail projects until 2008. Since then, the number has gone up by 191%. The new state budget reinstates the prior restrictions. Rochester Mayor Tom Richards says the city will break ground sometime this fall for the Port of Rochester Marina project, the long-awaited, much-revised plan that will start to push forward what the city hopes will be renewal of the Charlotte neighborhood. Plans for a mixed residential, commercial, and recreational development on the Genesee River at the port have been underway for more than a decade. They've been revised repeatedly over the years to meet concerns raised by Charlotte neighborhood residents, the Charlotte Genesee Lighthouse Historical Society, and other parties. Now Mayor Richards says things have reached critical mass and the project is ready to move. The first part, the marina, will be a near $29 million development, including state-of-the-art facilities for resident and visiting boats and as many as 430 apartment units around the boat basin. Richards said this at a community meeting in Charlotte Tuesday night. He still draws skepticism from the president of the Charlotte Community Association. Mike Parker says he's concerned the development will take a big chunk out of the available parking for the port and Charlotte Beach. Mayor Richards said a little more development and a few less empty parking lots where people can hang out is not a bad thing. At that same session in Charlotte Tuesday night, City Police Chief Jim Shepard said the city will have heavy patrols on the city's beaches and parks again this summer. 2 people have been stabbed at Durand Eastman Beach in recent weeks, one fatally, although these incidents were after hours when nobody was supposed to be in the park anyway. Chief Shepard says his department is working together with the probation and parole departments, also with the Regional Transit Service, to make sure trouble doesn't start at either Charlotte's Ontario Beach Park or at Durand Eastman. Those measures were put in place last summer after a brawl broke out at Charlotte Beach on Memorial Day in 2011. YouTuber Davon Curitin caught it on his phone, as you see here. Increased patrols are already out at Durand because of the warm weather. They will start for Charlotte Memorial Day. The chief asked people to report incidents to 911 as soon as they see anything. People also raised a concern about homeless camping along the river during the warmer weather. One campfire got loose this week and set a brush fire in Turning Point Park. The Greece Central School District held a public forum Tuesday night on the $205 million budget for 2013-2014. It goes up to vote May 21st. More public sessions will be held May 9 at Long Ridge Elementary School and May 13th at Arcadia Middle School. Both those meetings start at 7 p.m. At a snapshot, as we said, it's a $205 million budget. It projects a drop of about 30 full-time equivalent employees, although school officials think it will probably be fewer than that. It continues to push improvement in English language arts and math test scores. It holds class sizes below 25. The tax rate will increase by 0.73% if it's approved. In other words, if your house is assessed at $100,000, your tax bill goes up by $17. Rochester police say 3 officers and 2 citizens teamed up to help city firefighters save a woman's life after a serious traffic accident at midday Tuesday near Salem Stadium. Police say a van heading south on Saxton Street was hit by an eastbound car at the intersection with Maple Street. The van was flipped on its side. A woman riding in it was partly ejected from the vehicle, and she ended up under it. Officers Mike Johnson, Brian Munson, and Brian Phillips were first on the scene. They arrived to hear the woman screaming. 2 other men who work at a nearby garage came running towards the sound of the crash. All 5 of them grabbed hold of the van and lifted the weight off the woman for 5 minutes until firefighters got jacks under the van and stabilized it. The officers said they didn't realize until later, but the van was partly on the woman's head. A fire department official says those 5 men kept the overturned vehicle from crushing her until she could be extricated. She and the other person who was in the van are in stable condition at Strong Memorial Hospital. The people in the other car jumped out and ran. Police say they are investigating this as a hit and run. They're reviewing the footage from the red light camera at the intersection to see what it caught. Senator Charles Schumer says Delta Airlines is switching to bigger jets for its service between Rochester and Atlanta. That adds 33 more seats daily between Rochester and the national air hub that serves much of America's business community. New York's senior United States Senator says Atlanta is the 3rd largest destination for travelers from Rochester, 528 passengers a day on average. AirTran's departure from the Rochester market left Delta the only carrier that offers nonstop service between the 2 cities. Delta is switching from the MD-88 twin jet to the bigger MD-90, the medium-haul airliner that can carry more people. Schumer says he asked Delta CEO Richard Anderson for this when AirTrans bowed out, and Anderson agreed. Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks is thanking Senator Schumer for working with her airport team to make the expanded service happen. The Buffalo Sabres say interim coach Ron Ralston will be the new head coach next season. Ralston took over the job after the Sabres fired longtime coach Lindy Ruff earlier this year. Ralston was head coach of the Amherst before joining the Sabres organization. He coached 31 games for the Sabres this season, and his record was 15, 11, and 5. To the left of the player window, you'll find links to these and other stories. At the bottom of the page, links you can use to post news and information directly to us, or let us know about that great cell phone video you've caught that's newsworthy. Next news is As It Happens. Updates are as necessary, and you help us judge that by what you share with us. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.